Hello everyone, welcome back to another video today. So today I'm going to teach how to play chess. I'm going to give a little introduction about chess, like when was it invented, when was it most popular, what countries play a lot, which countries have the most grandmasters, and how to play some of the pieces. I'm going to try to finish it in about like 10 videos or something. So yeah. So chess was discovered in the 6th century, like around the 6th century, and it was most popular around the 12th to 15th centuries, and like the most grandmasters are probably in Russia. There's about like 124, and then like USA and Germany. And there's a tons of international masters in Russia, so Russia has probably the most grandmasters, and India has a tons of them too. There's a tons of them in Chennai, and yeah, and pretty much chess is about pretty much for fun, like. Okay, anyway, back to how the pieces work. So the pieces are into the pawns is the first video's introduction. How to play the pawn. This is the most weakest. It is the most weakest stuff in the base. That's why there are tons of them, and they are all worth 1 point. You move the pawn by playing. You move the pawn. At the start, you can move 1 square or 2 square. That's it. And then afterwards, you can only move 1 square. But if your opponent plays this, you can't just take it. You can only take it, like if this happens, for example, like you start off, you play 2 squares and then he plays 2 squares, so these pawns are jammed, they can't take each other. But for example, if he plays pawn to g5, then you can take, the pawns can only take diagonally. They move forward, but they take diagonally. And it's only for the start that you can move 2 squares or 1 is your choice. Either you have to do 2 or 1, and then afterward, if you even did 1, it's not like you can do 2 because you didn't do it in the first turn. You have to then just do 1 and 1. So it's your choice. You have to do 2 or 1, and then you have to do 1 afterwards. So that's the pawn. And what's so special about the pawn? So if the pawn, for example, if for example a pawn got to the end of the board, and to the end of the board, what happens? So he either have choice to make a queen, the most powerful piece, make a rook, second most powerful, or a knight or a bishop. So this is your choice. But you can't make it into a king because there's only 1 king that all of these pieces are defending it. More on that later. There's a thing called en passant. Is about when it's a bit too complicated. Don't worry about that. You will learn it in a couple of years. It happens if, for example, your pawn got here, like in a match, and your opponent play pawn to h5. Then you can take the pawn and it dies. But sometimes it's bad to do it in passant because bad. But do not worry on that because it's just a hard example. You will eventually learn it. So yeah, that's it for the pawn. And yeah, bye.